Los Angeles, California, as we bring you an interconference rivalry here at the Staples Center. Our starting lineups will look at the matchups here and who we'll see for our starting five for both teams. And as we take a look here at Kevin Garnett, guys, what's your take?
Well, the thing with Garnett, Kevin, is he's still one of the best players in the league. He doesn't finish quite as well around the basket as he once did, but he's got a knockdown jump shot at that mid-range level. Excellent defender, good rebounder, and basically just a winner.
Well, he is a winner because he does all of those things. He scores, he defends, but it's not just about scoring with him. He's a pretty good playmaker from the post too, Steve. He's become quite adept at spotting cutters and slashes when he's got the ball in the post.
And the Nets head back to Brooklyn after today's contest. They've been looking good, guys, lately, really picking up steam during the stretch of the season.
Well, the system they have in place, Kevin, is perfect. I mean, they've been rolling lately, playing so well at both ends of the floor and very difficult to contain offensively especially.
Just unstoppable right now, Steve. A matter of fact, it's anybody's guess how long this streak is going to last. But I tell you what, I'm predicting the train keeps rolling and rolling for a while.
The Nets making a switch here. Evans is checked in.
You know, at one point, Jason Terry, the Jet, relied so much on his speed for his scoring. But now he mostly scores from the mid-range game and the three-point line.
The basket counts and one. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a three-point play.
Exceptional play to take the bump and still get it up and down.
Yeah, way to stay with it and look to finish the play right there.
And back to the outside shooting of Jason Terry, one of the great mid-range pull-up jump shots you're going to see in this league.
And he can drain it from long range, too. Uncanny accuracy off the dribble, especially loves to go right into his pull-ups. And, you know, he's a great bailout guy, too. He can hit big shots late in the clock.
Now let's find out what head coach Mike D'Antoni had to say to our Doris Burke. Doris?
Kevin, he said he expects their interior defense to be airtight tonight. He said shot blocking is something our team can really hang its hat on. That ability to contest and deny shots inside frees us up to be more aggressive on the perimeter. So in a sense, it's really the foundation for us defensively. Guys, we'll see if they can build on that to secure the W.
Thank you very much, Doris. The defensive strategy, guys, being heavily enforced by the coaching staff.
And that's in large part because of the talent they have on that side of the ball. A lot of length, speed, quick hands. They've got a lot of ability on that side of the floor.
Well, when you've got the horses, you got to ride them and let them run. And defensively, they've definitely got some horses.
Dishes it to Young. Meeks. Young. He's guarded by Williams. Johnson kicks to Meeks. Back to Johnson. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Young's shot is off. Well, it was the Los Angeles Lakers in their last game, a loss to the Knicks in New York.
And they didn't get any second chance opportunities in that game, or very few of them, I should say. It was one and done. I thought that was the difference in the game.
And when I look at it, Steve, success on the offensive glass to me is about desire. I mean, you need positioning, you need timing, jumping ability, but it's more about desire, the willingness to get in there and mix it up. And I just didn't see any of that kind of determination and desire from them.
Evans with it. Gasol covering. Pierce kicks to Terry. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him two chances at the free throw line here.
You know, even at his age and having slowed down over the years, Jason Terry's still one of the best clutch shooters in the league and the ability to run the pick and roll. He just understands the nuances of how to spring that screener free or find a shot for himself.
Joe Johnson, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Now, here's Marshall. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Knicks in New York.
And no question, you look at his assist totals, and they tell you what a nice job he was doing, really spreading that ball around.
Gasol up top, Pierce covering. And here's Young from the arc. Los Angeles with another miss. And, of course, for Terry in the pick and roll, he can punish you if you sag off him.
A terrific shooting combo guard. He's better off guarding point guards at the other end, though. So in Dallas, where they cross-matched him with Jason Kidd, that was an ideal setup for him.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Zachary's checked in. And out of bounds as the Nets gain possession. The Brooklyn Nets come into this one after a win against the Celtics in Boston.
And it was the role players in that game, Kevin, that really led the charge. The guys who normally don't score a lot, they came in and really contributed.
A total team performance, Steve, the kind you need if you're going to win on the opponent's home floor.
Yeah, terrific one-on-one scorer, able to break down defenders and make something out of nothing.
Yeah, it's really a nice blend of balance and creativity. He puts you on your heels, stops on a dime, and he can drain it on you before you recover.
Marshall passes to Gasol. Pierce covering. A nice shot by Gasol. Gasol's got his first basket of the night.
Well, he recognized the advantage size-wise, and he went right at the defender. That's how you do it. Well, since the new CBA, the league has made the luxury tax much more punitive. Certainly the Lakers blessed with the financial wherewithal to be a tax-paying team. The problem is it can hurt your flexibility under the new rules just to make deals, and that's going to be the challenge for LA.
Andre Bloch, he's checked in for Kevin Garnett. Well, you talk about the huge fan base for the Lakers, Clark, one of the marquee franchises certainly in the entire NBA.
I would even stretch that to all of sports, Kevin. The market and their finances clearly have helped them gain that stature, but you can't shortchange the organization, the people making the decisions. They've been a winner for a long time, and that's been the magic ingredient that's attracted fans, players, sponsors, the full package. They're showing that they're the aggressors. I mean, doing a good job. That's what they're doing.
And a new group in for the Nets. Kevin Garnett, he's checked in for Evans. Pierce comes in for Andre Karolinko. Jason Terry is checked in for Joe Johnson. And Darren Williams is subbed in for Sean Livingston. That's good. And that's now 7 points for Paul Pierce.
Well, they've settled into their offense very quickly here today.
Yeah, they're zoned in, making the most out of their possessions here.
Sacre dishes to Marshall. The three-pointer, no good. And here are the Nets. They're on a 20-7 run. Bloch sets the pick for Williams. Back to Bloch. The shot misses. Great defense that time from Kelly. Lakers trailed by 12.
You know, it seems to me Nick Young is the perfect guy to have coming off the bench because he's a volume shooter and scorer who can get hot in a hurry. But I think his best role is to play him kind of in a Jamal Crawford type role.
The Nets have gone 5 of 9 from the field here in the first. Williams kicks to Pierce. Drops the inside leaners. Pierce has got 9. Going back to Nick Young, Clark, mostly a score.
He sure is, Kevin, an athletic 6'7" wing. I don't think there's any reason he can't be a plus rebounder and defender, but it's clear that his focus primarily has been on the offensive end.
Offline with his 3.
Man, I'll tell you what, this has been one ugly quarter for him.
And it keeps getting uglier. I mean, his touch has basically gone AWOL.
They've made one basket after another since getting this game started, and you wonder, is the blowout in store?
Too early to say that and go there, Steve, but it has been pretty ugly so far.
Well, it's been an interesting few years for Darren Williams and a lot of controversy involving his coaches. So Williams looking for stability and also, I think, looking for maybe an improved reputation as this season unfolds. Great-looking bounce pass to set up that play.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Back to Garnett. It's rebounded by Kelly. Nick Young on the wing. And the foul on Paul Pierce. That'll be his second foul of the game. 6 seconds left to play here in the first. Meeks can't hit. And as we conclude the first quarter, a one-sided game so far. And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Nets.
This is a physical brand of basketball we're seeing so far, and they're getting to the foul line.
The other thing that's helped them early tonight are the points they've been able to convert off turnover.
On the court right now, second quarter starting for the Nets. We've got Allen Anderson. Mirza Teletovic out there with Pierce. Then there's Darren Williams. And it's Blatch in at 7. Jordan Hill, he's checked in for Robert Sacre. Lakers trailed by 16. And Meeks kicks to Johnson. He passes to Meeks. Back to Johnson. And goaltending is going to be the call. So they get the basket there anyway. They'd love to get more of those, the easiest 2 points possible. And on a fierce finish.
Yeah, and that's exactly how they're going to cut into the lead, Kevin.
Yeah, that's why they've got to tighten up their D. And I'd be surprised if the defense allows any more free runs to the hoop like that.
Robert Sacre, he's checked in for the Lakers. Meeks, he's guarded by Williams. Pulls up, high post. And he overshot that one, missing. Nets leading by 14. Marshall with the steal. And Blatch with the block. Tries to save it. And it's out of bounds. The Lakers able to retain possession here. And let's run down for you the top 3-point shooting point guards in the league this season. Number 1, Kendall Marshall.
And he's just so exceptional from long range that it forces the defense out and really opens up passing and driving lanes for him.
I really like the three-point shot as a very useful weapon for a point guard. I mean, it should be part of his arsenal. And this guy uses it as good or better than anyone else in the league.
Last time they took on the Nets, that one was played in Brooklyn. Jason Terry, he's checked in for Brooklyn.
Well, head coach Jason Kidd, that's a phrase I didn't expect to hear this quickly, but Kidd wasted no time. Only a matter of weeks after he announced his retirement as a player, he was named the head coach of the Brooklyn Nets. And it's going to be interesting to see the transition. Kidd, obviously great basketball IQ, so well respected as a person in the league. I think it's just a matter of time before he really finds his footing and becomes an excellent coach.
Here's Marshall after the made shot from Evans. Here's Sacre, and the layup's good off the glass.
Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes, like conducting an orchestra.
Well, Clark, a clear lane to the basket and the emphatic jam.
And that is outstanding attacking basketball.
Well, he had no choice but to take that one to the bucket.
And back to Coach Jason Kidd, Clark, a rookie at the coaching profession, but one of the most intelligent, respected point guards over his 19 years in the NBA.
Yeah, always respected as a leader, and his basketball IQ off the chart. So I think he's one of the few guys that could go right from playing to being a successful head coach.
Here's Marshall. Darren Williams picking up that last basket. Meeks inside the three-point line. But he stays with it. And Marshall kicks to Sacre. Stolen by Terry. Oh, and he's going up for the alley-oop here.
Looky here. How about that one? That play. Take that play and put it in the alley-oop textbook for future reference.
Perfectly done. He put it on a platter for him. He sure did. And how about the touch on the finish, too? That was really nicely done. Changes it.
I think you've got to make your adjustments pretty quickly like he's doing here. Otherwise, things can get out of hand. So this is a good timeout.
And the Nets making a change here. Pierce is checked in. Williams passes to Evans. Hill's there. And it's Evans missing.
He's always going to have a difficult time finishing when the defense is in his face like that.
Johnson dishes to Meeks. And the pass to Marshall. There's the triple. And another three for the Lakers.
The D has gotten a little lax defending the three-point shot at that end.
Agreed, Clark. They've poured in 3 of the last 5 baskets on pretty open looks behind the arc.
Now here's Williams. He's got 6. Shots good by Blatch.
There are very few point guards in this league who really have the strength to deal with Williams in a post-up situation.
Kevin Garnett is checked in for Brooklyn. Got a piece of it. Stolen by Terry. He kicks it to Williams. That's good.
Yes, sir.
Williams has got 8.
Boy, he is a strong finisher on the fast break.
Yeah, he sure is. He remains in total control, even at full speed. I love that about him.
And finished off by Keenan.
Cutting into the lead with a huge one-hand throwdown.
That's how to get your team back into it.
Yeah,
sir.
That may put a little life back into this team.
And for Darren Williams, he is very versatile.
Yeah, he can pass it, shoot it, drive it, kills you with the crossover, and he's got excellent size that allows him to back you down, too. He can put you in the washing machine and take you for a spin every now and then.
And the foul on Jason Terry. That's his first foul.
Yeah, you know, these calls can be some of the toughest in the game for the officials.
It all happened so fast, but I really think that was the right call. The defender was not really set in that situation.
Here's Meeks. Absolutely, Clark. No one in his airspace on that dunk.
Yeah, but come on, Kevin. The defense can't let that happen.
I hope they let it happen more. It's fun to watch that guy fly.
Just a gift, 2 points they gave up. That's awful.
And here is Los Angeles now. After the miss from Blotch. Johnson kicks to Marshall. Fires, high post. It's rebounded by Blotch.
You know, that mid-range jump shot is not his strong suit, even when he gets a good look like that. Not the kind of pass you want to be making right there. He's lucky it wasn't stolen.
Lakers trailed by 11. It's Meeks outside. Rebound, Brooklyn. Garnett's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. They'll be playing host to Toronto for the next one. That game marks the first half of a quick 2-game homestand.
Some really good games going on, and that Toronto one has caught my eye.
He lobs up the alley-oop pass. Meeks can't hit.
That would have been a nice alley-oop there.
Well, you got to love the effort, though. Almost showtime.
Lets it go. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Here's Marshall. And released it in time, but it's off the mark. And that concludes the first half.
End of the first half.
Welcome back, folks. Thank you for tuning in to the NBA on 2K Sports as we get set to get going once again. Hey, during the break, players getting a chance to refuel and hydrate with some Gatorade as there is more basketball in store. Nice game. Great performance by Paul Pierce.
And what was most impressive was that his decision-making and shot-taking was very disciplined and efficient. Really an excellent half.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Whether it's been from mid-range or in tight, he is taking only what the defense has given him, and he's not trying to do too much. I love the flow and rhythm he's playing with here.
We've got Johnson. Jody Meeks out there with Nick Young. Then it's Pau Gasol. And it's Hill in at the pivot, manning the middle. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. Now Williams. After the miss, 3 from Young. Williams kicks to Anderson. Back to Williams. Another miss by Williams.
Nobody near him. He'll normally make that one.
Johnson. Pierce covering. And it's Johnson that time on the assist by Meeks. Meeks got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. And it's slammed in by Garnett.
Boy, you got to love that assist by Darren Williams.
Lakers trailed by 13. Here's Young. Right now averaging 17 points a game. Back to Gasol. Stolen by Anderson. Outside, Pierce. The feed now to Terry. And now Williams inside. And it's good.
Reason for this timeout here.
I think it came down to the fact they were getting beat inside, and that's why the coach called timeout. They were not winning the battle inside.
Andre Blotch, he's checked in for Allen Anderson. Now, here is Young, working on Williams. Doubled by Blotch. And Young kicks to Meeks. Johnson. Los Angeles with another miss.
And they've been off target now on 3 of the first 4 shots they've taken in this second half.
You know, the hope was that a change of scenery and a chance to run up and down the wings would be just what was needed to get Wesley Johnson going in the NBA, but that just didn't happen for him last season. You know, that's a case there, Kevin, of him making a pass to a spot, and then he let his teammate run right into it. Well executed.
Garnett. It's good. Great play by Williams to set it up. Williams has got 5 assists tonight.
Everything working for him out of the half as they've hit 4 of their first 5 shots.
And for Wes Johnson, the 4th overall pick back in 2010 out of Syracuse, he just hasn't been able, Steve, to break through.
Yeah, you wonder why, because he's got great size and athleticism, beautiful shooting stroke, and yet the shooting numbers just aren't there. So I thought he would be better coming into this league, but we'll see if he's able to develop and find a niche somewhere.
Here's Gasol. Jason Terry picking up that last basket. And out of bounds as the Nets gain possession. Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. And a moment here to see the standings for the Eastern Conference. And you know, guys, some interesting stories have unfolded here as we move through the middle of the season. You take a look at the Pacers. And, of course, Los Angeles. Just need to take it a game at a time. Right around 3 minutes into the second half. Williams with the ball, and Young picks him up defensively. They get it again. Here's Garnett. And there's the call by the official. They'll count the basket here following the goaltending call.
He thought he had that one clean, but the ref saw it differently. They'll count the basket.
That whistle got a big response from this crowd, and it is not a favorable one, let's say.
I'll tell you what, the fans can't believe that they made that call. Misfires again, and the ball just refuses to cooperate with it. It's a tough day so far.
Back to Williams. In low to Garnett. Terry with it, now guarded by Meeks. Williams passes to Bloch. Clock at 4. Shoots off the step back. A shot by Williams, no good.
That's a huge part of what they want to do defensively. Limit his easy chances inside.
Brooklyn leading by 17. Here's Pierce. Drops it in from 11 feet. Pierce has got 11 points.
You know, as much as anybody in the league, Pierce is able to hit the tough contested shots. And I think that's because of his strength and his skill level and his ability to knock defenders off balance before rising up and making his jump shot.
And, you know, you said earlier the big buckets down the stretch. Pierce always ready to do that. In the deciding moments of the game, that's when he really separates himself and deserves the moniker, the truth.
And here's Bloch following the 3 from Meeks. Young against Williams. Back to Bloch. He feeds it to Garnett. A rebound by Young. Lakers trail by 16. Johnson dishes to Young. That one falls, coming off the Johnson feet. Young's got 7.
You know, the more these three-pointers continue to drop, the more you can sense the frustration coming from this defense.
No question. No matter what they've thrown at him, they've not been able to take that shot away.
And the call will be against Darren Williams. That'll be his second foul of the game. Some changes for Brooklyn. Reggie Evans, he's checked in for Garnett. Carolico comes in for Paul Pierce. And it's Johnson in for Jason Terry.
Well, he's been a real positive factor for them today, although, you know, as a team, they've had a lot of negatives mixed in there as well.
Defensive foul. Los Angeles shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
At the line for 2.
He misses the free throw. And a new group in for the Nets. Kevin Garnett, he's checked in for Evans. Pierce comes in for Andre Karolinko. Jason Terry is checked in for Joe Johnson. And Darren Williams is subbed in for Sean Livingston. Now here's Williams. He's got 13. Shot's good. And that's now 10 points for Kevin Garnett.
It seems like they're finding an open lane to the hoop every time down. It's 5 buckets in a row for them in the paint.
Yeah, on the flip side, Steve, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior.
I like the call. I thought the defense was moving there.
Yeah, I think he slid underneath. Good blocking call that trip.
The Lakers have gone 2 of 4 at the free throw line.
Yeah, it's been an average year at the line for them so far this year, shooting about 75%.
And guys, those numbers represent a nice step up from what they were last year.
Williams gets a screen from Garnett. Gets it off. And the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. Well through 3 quarters. The fourth quarter just moments away now as we welcome you back. All right, well, look at how the hustle game has been going for Brooklyn.
Guys, one of the themes in this game has been how much of their scoring has come off turnovers.
And they're also really getting out in transition and scoring some hoops in the fast break tonight.
On the court for the Nets, getting the fourth quarter going. Andre Kirilenko is out there with Mirza Teletovic. And there's Livingston. Then there's Johnson. And it's Pierce in at the 5. Nets leading by 10. Pass to Livingston. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Great job. Getting right at the defense. I like the aggressiveness.
Yeah, he left them no choice but to foul there. You know, he still's got something left in the tank and in the league. But last year, the Celtics already announced that they plan on retiring Paul Pierce's number when he does decide to hang it up. A well-deserved honor for one of the all-time great Celtics.
The Nets making a switch here. Garnett's checked in. Here is Livingston. Swiped away. And it's the Lakers on the break. Johnson's got the ball. Meeks guarded by Kirilenko. And with that one, the lead is turned to single digits. And that's 11 points for Johnson. And guys, Pierce has said it was his wish to retire a Celtic.
Yeah, I think it's a tough call sometimes. You know, the team likely is past its championship window. A rebuild is the logical thing, but for your veteran star, I mean, how does he fit in with that? Sometimes, you know, emotion gets caught up in your decision-making process, but you got to do what's best for the team.
It's been a real difficult game for him offensively, and it's costly.
And the call will go against Kendall Marshall. That is his first foul of the game. And some changes here for the Lakers. Jordan Hill, he's checked in for Robert Sacre. And Nick Young is subbed in for Kendall Marshall. Now here's Johnson. Pass to Livingston. And Jody Meeks gets the whistle that time. That will get him his 4th foul of the game.
That foul gives him 4, so he's just 2 away from being Dairy Queen.
Johnson with it. Defended by Meeks. Hit his leg. And the ref saying he kicked it. Now a timeout call. Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
I was able to listen in on what the Nets coach was going over with his team. He said to them, the lead we've got now is nice, but I want to make it even nicer. This is when we put the hammer down. It doesn't look like he's ready to back off just yet, guys.
Well, it's still early in the quarter, and they're only 1 foul away from being over the limit.
And Pierce backs in. A second chance effort. And that one's good. And the Nets lead by 13. And we're around 2 minutes into the fourth quarter here. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find something, you're right. Henry with it. He's guarded by Williams. The kick out to Young. 6 on the shot clock. Henry. He's against Williams. Henry misses.
Pretty good defense there. I mean, that's a shot that he can make, but they really challenged him.
For 3, Pierce. And that's collected by Hill. LA's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. They get the rebound. The kick out to Young. Second shot opportunity. And the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a 3-point play.
That's kind of his strong suit, the ability to find his way through the defense and finish at the rim.
And that one falls for Young. Young with the steal. And the basket good. Young's got 5 points in the quarter.
Well, since we hit half number 2, he's finally come around. The first half was not his best, obviously.
Terry, defended by Meeks. Terry kicks over the watch. Evans outside. Young with the steal. And oh, here we go. Young's got it. A fast break chance.
Textbook example there of how to use defense to create offense.
Yeah, beautiful transition play after the steal all the way to the basket.
Wasted no time going from defense to offense.
It feels like they're starting to pick up the intensity as the game itself starts to get a little more tight and close.
So he gets them both. Timeout called the Lakers.
They've already picked up
for Reggie Evans. And it's Livingston in for Jason Terry. Lakers trailed by 8. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Gasol is screen on Williams, and Young kicks to Gasol. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
Yeah, the defense has been futile here. 5 of the last 6 field goals in the lane.
And again, no good by Brooklyn. Kevin Garnett with the steal. Pass to Williams. Goes up on the wing. Yep, right through the net. Williams has got 9 points here in the second half.
A large part of what they've been able to do here is centered around his offense.
In transition, here come the Nets. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Nick Young. That will get him his 4th foul of the game, and did the bonus. We'll head to the line for 2. And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall. And he ends up making the second, and that will put them up by 9. Time running out for the Lakers. From past the arc. Rebound, Blotch. Blotch has got 4 rebounds in this game. It's Williams with the drive. .130 left in the fourth quarter. Meeks can't hit. Brooklyn leading by 9. And there's Williams. That's good on the assist from Kevin Garnett. Garnett's got 3 assists in the game. Lakers have gone 5 of 11 from the field in the fourth quarter. Young with the ball. Williams picks him up. And out of bounds is Brooklyn gains possession.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
Here's Williams. Sweet little floater. Williams has got 21.
I like the way he's not forcing anything, taking advantage of what the defense has given him. He's been a key contributor for them in this quarter.
Meeks passes to Young. Buries it from 3-point range.
This is a fantastic performance in this half. He didn't play as well in the first, but you just know with this guy, he's always ready to turn it around.
Again, Williams missing.
Boy, just by his body language, Kevin, you can tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Yeah, a little frustrated now, shaking his head after that miss.
A one-hand tomahawk for you, folks. That's automatic highlight reel material.
That got their entire bench right up and out of their chair.
Yeah, that's how you get your teammates fired up, Kev. Tough break for the defense. He took the heat and drew the whistle.
Yep, but when you get there late, that's what happens.
Some changes for Brooklyn. Mirza Teletovic is checked in for Blotch. Karolinko comes in for Paul Pierce. And Allen Anderson subbed in for Darren Williams. Now, here's Nash. And out of bounds as Brooklyn gains possession. So for the Nets, Andre Blotch, he's checked in for Garnett. Evans comes in for Mirza Teletovic. And it's Johnson in for Allen Anderson. Livingston. No good with the finger roll.
That's not an opportunity he fails to convert very often.
A 3-ball. Can't get the tip in. Here's Johnson. Blotch dishes to Livingston. Hit his foot. And they're saying he kicked the ball. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. And this one was such a lopsided victory.
They never let up. They were full throttle from the start.
And that about wraps it up for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke.